Guys, today we're back with our Dirty Dozen series and we're talking about point 6. This one is that subluxation causes dysfunction that can manifest as symptoms and conditions in your body. Hi, I'm Mario Stefano from Vitality Semaphore and we're talking about a dozen health tips that can help you understand your body better and understand the things that you do in your life that help you stay healthy and the things that prevent you from being healthy. So let's dive in. Subluxations are interferences to your nervous system which occur at the spine. When your spine's not moving properly, it can lead to areas of inflammation or swelling in a confined space, and that can interfere with the actual nerves that pass between the bones. What that does is it affects the messages between your brain and your body, or your body to your brain. And so when you have that, your body's ability to interpret the environment or adapt to the environment is lessened, and you're more likely to have things start to happen. Now, like anything in your body, it might take 40 years for someone to have a heart attack. The smallest of small things in terms of their atherosclerosis and changes to the cardiovascular system, the things that lead to diabetes over decades, where you're getting insulin resistance, there are small changes that happen, and it's the same with your spine. One of the leading causes of lost productivity and the causes of disability in the developed world is osteoarthritis, especially to the spine. So small things happen. The spine stops moving properly. It starts to interfere with the nerves. The nerves are not transmitting. Muscles can't work. They don't work in coordination with each other. It leads to aberrant motor patterns. That leads to changes in posture. That leads to early wear and tear, and that leads to osteoarthritis. But it's not even about your spine, right? It's the fact that subluxations affect your body's ability to adapt. Take John. He sits at a desk. It's 9 to 5. He tries to get up every hour and stuff, but at the end of the day, he spends 5 days a week sitting at a desk. Now, this leads to his head being forward, his shoulders being rounded, he's working with his mouse with one arm, and then that's led to tension in his neck, in between his shoulders, and headaches. And so when John presented, he's having medicine almost daily for headaches so he can just get by, just be productive at work and keep his job and then be happy with his family when he gets home. What we found is he had some subluxations in his neck and his upper thoracic spine. And by working on those subluxations and by improving how his spine functions, John's found that he's doing the same work. He's still 95, he's still sitting at a desk, but he doesn't have the tension in his neck. He doesn't get the headaches, and he's not needing to use the medicine anymore. The fact is his body's adapting better to the stress in his life, that being sitting at a desk in this particular case. Now, that's not a blanket to say that anyone who has headaches because they work at a desk is going to get better with chiropractic. But if you do have subluxations in your neck, that can lead to those symptoms, and it's worth getting a checkup. And it's the same for a bricklayer who's bending all day, or a tradie that's doing manual labor and going up and down stairs and stuff like that, or up and down ladders. If your body's not working properly, you're more likely to develop problems that lead to other issues, right? And when I say problems, it might be a bit of a sore back, it might be a bit of stiffness, it might be a lack of performance. Whereas I do this and I get really sore, that leads to osteoarthritis, and that leads to hip replacements, and that leads to knee problems. So all these things can start from the smallest. Now, it's not always a subluxation, but if you haven't had it checked, you haven't had your spine checked, then maybe it's a good place to start. This is point 6. We'll see you on point 7 next week.